Alright guys, so for this episode, I'm finally going to be giving you guys a new room tour. I haven't done this yet. Beautiful animal, and postures incredibly. Look at that posturing. That is an aggressive black-tailed rattlesnake. Oh, the grand jewel of the snake room, it's the Mario cages. Now the key is to do this without getting tagged by the rattlesnake that's also in there. This is Kevin, the king cobra, Ophiophagus hanna, one of the most intense snake species on the planet.
Alright, time to clean.
What the? Who are you?
It's me, Will.
Oh, hi Chandler.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Chandler's Wildlife. If you have been with us for a while, you'll know that in the past I'm pretty careless with contacts, and I cut my eye pretty good, and I can't wear my contacts right now, so I'm wearing my glasses so I can start casting spells on these snakes. You like that?
That was skilled.
You know, watch, I can do it like...
That, you almost hit the camera.
I know. Here, close that door because Cherokee's trying to creep in. Cherokee! What did I tell you? Get out of here. Silly bloodhound. Alright guys, I'm here with my main cameraman, Will Nace. Show your face! Nace what? No? Okay, never mind. Alright guys, so for this episode, I'm finally going to be giving you guys a new room tour. I haven't done this yet, so we're going to do a whole tour of the snake room. We have all the big snakes on this side of the room, but we're going to start off small and work our way up the food chain. So over here, let's start off with our rattlers, all of our baby rattlers. So right up here, I have an eastern diamondback. This is kind of the runt of the litter of babies we've got. So we separate this one so we can make sure he's going to eat. Down here, we have another eastern diamondback. This one's almost exanthic, and if you look down here, this is the third eastern diamondback that's on this rack, and then if we go down, we have another species down here. This is a black-tailed rattlesnake. Do you guys want to see a better look at it and see its black tail?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get a better look at that black-tailed rattlesnake, because you can't check out a black-tailed rattlesnake and not see that black tail. So let me just unlock this cage, and I am gonna just gently move them off. Look at that snake. Check out the colors on this guy out on the white. Beautiful animal, and postures incredibly. Look at that posturing. That is an aggressive black-tailed rattlesnake. Now this is the Arizona version. There's a couple different subspecies, and when it comes to subspecies, basically it's just the same animal, but it's found in a different range and might have different colors to adapt to that area. So this subspecies is found from Arizona. There's a Texas version that's a little bit darker, but I've got to say the Arizona ones have to be the most beautiful. And there's a mountain range out there that I've heard there's incredible looking black-tailed rattlesnakes. So maybe down the road we're going to go to Arizona and check that out for ourselves. Beautiful animal. So let me just close that cage up. There we go. He's targeting me. Seeing he's posturing, sticking his tongue out, trying to figure out exactly what he's gonna have to bite to defend himself, but eventually he'll learn that we're not trying to hurt him. Down here is probably one of the most beautiful snakes in the snake room. This is a South American rattlesnake, drop dead gorgeous. Will got this animal about a month ago, and we're just now showcasing this animal to you because, well, he came out of quarantine and finally has a big, beautiful setup. This animal's been doing fantastic. Its colors are insane. As snakes grow old, they age like fine wine. They get more and more beautiful. So for example, you might have an eastern diamondback that's dark and ugly when it's a baby, but as they grow and they go through maturity, their colors become more and more vibrant and they look like a completely different animal. So I'm very excited to see what this animal looks like as it gets older. And if we come down here, this has to be the baddest rattlesnake species on the planet. It's the Mojave rattlesnake. There's no reason to take them out or mess with them. They're quite wiry snakes. Their venom is extremely toxic. There are cases where people who enjoy catching snakes, herpetologists, were going out road cruising for snakes at night, and one snake hunter made a big mistake and he got bit in the thumb. And what happened was, by the time he got to the hospital, his thumb was so deteriorated that they actually had to amputate his thumb. The bone was almost like rubber. So we do not want to get tagged by one of these snakes. So that's it for the baby rattlesnake rack, and now let's move on to the arboreals. Look at this setup. Oh, now the grand jewel of the snake room. It's the boreal cages with the gecko and the wagglers and the bush vipers. So much to see. Mwah. Spicy meatballs here. We got the spiciest in town. You want some? You need a permit. Don't ask me for any.
Chandler, let's start with the arboreal bite.
No. Come to the bottom. Like Drake said, we start from the bottom, now we're here. So let's start from the bottom. I grew up here in South Florida. Okay. I grew up here in South Florida, catching native snakes. Pygmy rattlesnakes, all right here. This is what I grew up catching. Pygmy rattlesnakes, water moccasins, coral snakes, water snakes, everything that crawls around here. Will and I, that was our childhood growing up. Going out and catching these animals. Not suggesting you to do it. I was a wild child, and now I'm a professional and I've got permits. But if you look over here, we have multiple rattlesnakes from different parts of Florida. So right here's the Okeechobee rattlesnake. This guy is huge. I would love to take him out and show him off to you. So check this pygmy rattle. Let me just open that up. I'm just gonna take him out. He's pretty big. He's actually about a foot long. Ooh, he's buzzing. Can you guys hear that? Come here. Now guys, these are all temporary setups. These snakes will be on display at the future park. Now, this is not a snake you would want to grab by the tail. It's not large enough. It would probably swing around and bite me real fast. Only if he was extremely calm, which he's not. So this is actually the world's smallest rattlesnake species, the pygmy rattlesnake. And we actually have the world's largest rattlesnake species here as well, all those eastern diamondbacks you saw earlier. So they've been known to get over 8 feet long is about the record. And pygmies, I'm pretty sure the biggest was something around 20-something inches, right?
27.
27 inches. They don't get that big. They're the world's smallest rattler. Yes, they do have a rattle. Look at the tip of that tail. Check that out. Beautiful animal. Now what I'm going to do is gently lift him up, support his body with the hook, and put him right back inside his enclosure. And like I said, this animal will be on display at the future facility. Get in there, dude, so we can teach about the native wildlife. Perfect. Good stuff. Okay, so those are the pygmy rattlesnakes. We've got our 3 down here. If we come up, that is a beautiful, chubby little day gecko, which belongs to Summer, Will's wife. And he's just a happy little gecko because he gets crickets every week. And he's nice and chubby. Now from the day gecko, if you move to the left, we have the Waggler's viper. If you guys are a fan of the channel, you know I love this snake. Beautiful female Malaysian Waggler's viper, also known as the temple viper. If you look, she is a beautiful specimen. I'm not gonna mess with her or anything, but I do know that she would love to get a drink of water. So let's spray her down and give her a nice drink. What an amazing snake. All right, that should be good for now. We'll leave her be. We've got plenty more to see. The squams, the variable bush vipers. And the reason they're variable is because they come in so many different colors. We have the privilege to own several different color phases. If you look, starting over here, the craziest ones, a purple phased squam. That is insane. And then if you look, a neon yellow one. That is amazing. These snakes come from Africa. They love to eat little frogs and lizards, and they only get about 1.5 feet long. And over here, this is Will's big female, probably the biggest squam we have here on the property. If you look, she's a beautiful red, right up on that branch, and hopefully she's gravid and she should be having babies, right? This is Will's pair actually, and if we look over here, my pair is in this enclosure. They're more of like a green or like a bluish green. Like I don't know, what kind of color would you say that is?
Gray.
Gray. Hey, fudge you and your face. Fudge you and your snakes.
Fudge?
You fudging.
I like fudge.
Fudging, flipping sprinkle eater. We're gonna move on to here, but I'm sure you guys are wondering about this cage right here. This is eventually gonna be either a huge eyelash setup, so a bunch of eyelash vipers, and it's gonna be a living vivarium with plants, basically its own ecosystem, or we're gonna be doing mambas, green mamba, because Will's been wanting to do that for a very long time, and he's already planned out how he's gonna set up the enclosure. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a lot of live vivariums in the future, but we have only so much space to work with on this property. So when we get to the next property, when it's a lot more space to work with and a bigger reptile house, then we're gonna have lots of fun, lots of space for the animals, huge enclosures, lots of enrichment, so lots of cool things to come. But what I'm sitting on right now does contain something. Let's check this out. This is a wild-caught Burmese python that Will got as a hatchling and has raised up for the past couple years. This animal's going through shed right now, and he's soaking it to help with the shedding process, similar to when I soak my king cobra. So that is a beautiful Burmese python. No, he's not going to end up food for the king cobra. This is our pet, and he's an ambassador for his species. Beautiful snake. Alright, I'm going to put her right back inside so she can continue to soak. Her enclosure is right underneath the rattlesnake, so she gets that big 4-foot vision cage. It's super deep and goes all the way back to the edge of the snake room. Now, what do we got over here? Now I have the puff adders. These are wills. Get a good look at those, and you're going to see the major difference in between my puff adders and wills. They're completely different subspecies. There are multiple subspecies of puff adder. Look at that. Check out the colors on these guys. So it's almost like a dark brown, almost really like a black, neon yellows. They're about to go through shed, so they're not super vibrant right now. And then if you look over here, we're going to skip real quick and go straight to these puff adders. Mine are like white and pink. They're about to go through shed as well. A bit dirty because this enclosure was sprayed down and they got the mud on them. But they're completely different, as you can see, when it comes to coloration and pattern. Now let's go down here while we're here, and you can see beautiful rhino viper that I've got back there. That's my individual. And there's another one here on the property that I've got to show you soon. If we come over here, this right here is a beautiful eastern diamondback that belongs to Will. It's a het for albino. I'm just gonna gently lift up this hide. So this is a beautiful specimen, a het for albino eastern diamondback rattlesnake. Probably the prettiest rattlesnake I've ever seen. I love this animal. But then again, there's favoritism. Eastern diamondbacks are my favorite rattlesnake species because I grew up here in the state of Florida. And the world's biggest rattlesnake. Why wouldn't you love that? That's awesome. Okay, let's see. Oh, and the Goliath bird eater. Can't leave that guy out. Yes, we have more than just snakes here. We have crocodilians, we have spiders, turtles, and lizards too. We got a bunch of mini Komodo dragons coming in, basically. So this is the Goliath bird eater. Big old female, and she is a blondie. So as she gets older, she's gonna have that nice brown, light brown tint to her. She's not gonna be as dark as the other species. And if you look over here, this is Venomous, my snapping turtle. He is a common snapping turtle, not to be confused with the alligator snapping turtle, which you need a permit for here in the state of Florida for education. We will be applying for that permit so we can own some, but this is my adorable little common snapping turtle. He's just like, why did you wake me up? I hate you so much. Oh, there he goes. Hello, wake up little Thanos. He's probably stuffed. He had a cricket buffet like a day ago, so he's full of food. I'm gonna put him right back in there. You guys will see plenty of him on the channel as he grows up and he destroys crickets and mice and all kinds. Look at him, he's a floating nugget. He's a floating spicy meatball. Isn't that right, little Thanos, right? He's just like, I will bite your finger off one day, brother. All right, so over here we have the Mexican West Coast rattlesnakes, Crotalus basiliscus, or basiliscus. Let's say it together.
Basiliscus.
Basiliscus. I always say the sk before the lisk. My bad. So anyways, this hook is obviously a little too small to be handling one of these rattlesnakes, but I do want to show you how beautiful this big female is. Let me get a larger hook from our wall of tools, and the key's right here. So let's get this beautiful female out. You can see there's a big difference when it comes to coloration on these animals right here. Now, the individual in the back that I'm about to pull out was given to Will by Tyler Nolan. You guys have seen him on the channel before. He was nice enough to donate this animal to the facility, so this snake will be on display in the future for you guys to see, so that's gonna be really cool. Now the key is to do this without getting tagged by the rattlesnake that's also in there. And what I'll do so I don't get tagged by that rattlesnake, use a glass shield, move them out like that, there we go. And then to keep everybody safe, I'll close the enclosure. There we go. Beautiful Mexican West Coast rattlesnake. Look at this animal. Perfect specimen. I can't believe that Tyler Nolan did not want to keep this animal. That is a crazy looking rattler. Beautiful snake. Obviously, you would never want to handle a rattler like this. This is very idiotic for an untrained professional, let alone a professional. I just feel comfortable handling snakes a certain way. I've been around this individual for quite a long time, so I understand his body language. The main thing is with reptiles or any animals, it's reading body language and understanding their behavior and manipulating it so it works out for you when you handle them. So what I'm gonna do is slide open the enclosure on this. You want to do it for me? You slide that glass open. Alright, so I'm going to put them right back in the enclosure. Here we go. I'm going to watch out for that other snake. Perfect. Good stuff. I'm going to put them right there. Lock it up. She's like, why are you handling me? I don't like that. We like to leave them alone, but I want to pull them out for you guys. This right here is Big Bertha. She's my large monocled cobra. I love her. I've had her for quite a while now. She is about 6 years old, and her venom's more potent than the king cobra. So if you got bit by that, your nervous system, everything's shutting down quite fast, and you're gonna need a respirator to breathe for you. So the lesson is, don't play with cobras. Anyways, move over here. This is my favorite gaboon viper. This is Pinky. I love her. That's all I gotta say. I love her. She is gorgeous. Look at her color. She has neon yellow. She has beautiful pinks on her body. And if we come down here, this is Will's gaboon viper. He's had this gaboon viper for almost 6 years. He's been raising it up from a little tiny death sausage. So nice. Some people raise puppies, not Will. Down here is a thick, voluptuous looking western diamondback rattlesnake. Probably the healthiest specimen I've ever seen. Tom Crutchfield actually raised up this individual. I think she wants food. She's coming out. You want to come out, huh? Do I have the keys? Do I have the keys? Let me see if I have the keys. Let me see. Wait 1 second. Let me go get the keys. You want to come out a little bit? What's going on, baby? And I cannot represent the western diamondback rattlesnake without being in front of the American flag. Everybody that's been throughout the United States, the rattlesnake has always been a symbol of the desert, the US, and its beauty. This animal deserves mad respect. Its venom could kill any sized human. Their venom eats away at flesh. And it is a pit viper. The only reason I'm able to do this without getting bit right now is because I know this individual. Most likely, I wouldn't be doing this with a random wild rattlesnake. That's a lie. Alright, western diamondbacks are all locked up, and if we look over here, these are my personal eastern diamondback rattlesnakes. There's 2 individuals in here. My youngest little runt is by himself over there so he can eat, but these are the other 2. One, the big rattler in the back right there. She is a behemoth. Like I've said in previous videos, she came out a giant compared to her siblings, so I'm hoping she has the genetics, the capability to reach monstrous size. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll have a 7 to 8 foot rattlesnake. And then the medium-sized one right there, I love this individual because his personality is out of this world. He's like a curious puppy, always coming out of the cage, checking me out. But, you know, gotta keep my distance. And if you come down here, this is Will's pair of cane brake rattlesnakes. The one female you guys have seen plenty of times on the channel. But there is a male in here, or actually another female that we got that came out of quarantine. And here they are. They're both chilling. Her colors have drastically changed since she's been in the quarantine rack. She's gone through a couple sheds, and now we have 2 beautiful cane brake rattlesnakes. Eventually, we will have them in a nice display. Good thing this hide doesn't weigh anything. You want to get back in there? You want to go back in your hide? Yeah? 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 Okay, cool. So I'll close that up, and we're gonna end it with the one you love. Gotta make sure I'm not blind when I do this. And we've got to end the episode with the banger, Kevin the King Cobra. We love him. You know him. If you don't know him, now you will know him. He's inside his box, so I'm just gonna close his little door up. There we go. Go inside. Go. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Hello, hello. Yes, can I help you? No? Okay. Oh? Okay, if you say so. Don't look at me like that. So I'll put this right now. And what I'll do is, so I know he'll go back inside his box, once I open this, I'm gonna open up the side latch so he sees a hiding spot, and he knows to go back inside his box because I don't have the can ready for him. It's being used by the Burmese python for soaking. So he's gonna go straight back into his box after you guys check him out. Let's see. It's cooking. Putting the box at an angle so you can go into it later on. And he really is the gem in my collection. I love him so much. He's really one of my favorite animals. Now let me see if I can try and get one of his coils. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna face it towards you now. There he is, Kevin, the Malaysian king cobra. So, basically what I'm doing is giving him the opportunity to go into a dark spot, so his box has that hole nice and wide open. So when we're done checking him out, he goes straight into his hide box. So this is Kevin, the king cobra, Ophiophagus hanna, one of the most intense snake species on the planet. They do not play around. So, what we're going to do now is gently show this animal where his hiding spot is, which is right here. Go inside. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Perfect. Right into the box. Exactly what I needed. And now he can go back into his enclosure. Oh, 14 feet of king cobra is quite a lot. Or estimating 14 feet. We haven't measured them out yet. We have to chip them soon, which means we're gonna have to restrain them all a vet, give some a microchip, or we'll end up doing it ourselves. Here, he's already pushing the door open. There we go, perfect. And I'll close that up right there. There we go. Kevin the king cobra. Alright guys, that was my snake room tour. I will see you guys on the next Chandler's Wildlife. Plenty more to see in the future. This is just our behind the scenes. Eventually we're getting a property, hopefully by the end of the year, and we'll be doing a private facility where you get private tours and you can privately hang out with us and do crazy cool stuff like feed animals, get close to wildlife you've never seen before, hold stuff, and just really get a great experience. So, I'll see you guys on the next Chandler's Wildlife. Will, give me some. Goodbye. Oh, shit.